My roommate stole my identity and ruined my credit while pretending to be my best friend. When I found out the truth, I made sure she paid for every single lie. Unlike most college friendships, mine with Jessica started perfect. She was everything I wasn't: confident, organized, and popular. I was the quiet girl who spent most nights studying. Jessica moved in sophomore year after her old roommate transferred schools. She seemed like a dream roommate at first. Always clean, always helpful, always offering to split costs on everything. Growing up, I never had close female friends. My family moved around a lot, and I was always the new kid trying to fit in. Having Jessica felt like finally belonging somewhere. She had this way of making me feel special. She'd invite me to parties, introduce me to her friends, and always complimented my outfits. For the first time ever, I felt like I had a real best friend. Jessica was studying business while I focused on engineering. She was always talking about starting her own company after graduation and making millions. I admired her ambition and drive. What I didn't know was that Jessica had been watching me from day one, learning my habits, my schedule, my personal information. She was building a plan to destroy my life. The first red flag was small. I noticed my mail going missing sometimes. Important letters from the bank or school would just disappear. Jessica always helped me look for them. She'd say things like, maybe the mailman made a mistake, or packages get stolen all the time. I trusted her completely, so I never suspected anything was wrong. Jessica was also incredibly interested in my personal finances. She'd ask about my student loans, my part-time job, and how I managed money so well for someone so young. I thought she was just being friendly and wanting financial advice. I even helped her set up a budget and showed her my banking apps. I was so naive and trusting back then. The second red flag was when Jessica started getting packages addressed to variations of my name. She'd laugh and say companies always mess up names on mailing lists. Sometimes I'd catch her quickly grabbing mail before I could see it. When I asked, she'd say it was just junk mail or coupons. I believed every excuse she gave me. Jessica began staying out late more often, coming home with expensive clothes and gadgets. She said she got a new job at an upscale restaurant with great tips, but I never saw her leave for work in restaurant clothes. She'd leave in regular outfits and come back hours later with shopping bags. The timeline never made sense. One night, I couldn't sleep and heard Jessica on the phone at 2 a.m. She was talking about credit applications and social security numbers. It sounded like business talk. When I asked her about it the next morning, she said she was helping her cousin apply for student loans. She was always so quick with explanations that sounded reasonable. The third red flag was when Jessica started asking me detailed questions about my childhood, my first pet's name, my mother's maiden name, and where I was born. She framed it as getting to know me better and sharing personal stories. I told her everything because I thought we were becoming closer as friends. Jessica would remember every detail I shared and bring them up later in conversation. I thought it showed how much she cared about our friendship. Looking back, she was collecting security question answers for my accounts. Every personal detail I shared was another piece of ammunition for her plan. The fourth red flag should have been obvious. Jessica always volunteered to handle our shared bills and split expenses. She said she was better with money and organization. I'd give her cash for utilities, groceries, and rent, trusting her to handle everything properly. She always had receipts and explanations for where the money went, but I never actually saw the bills or checked if payments were being made correctly. I just trusted that Jessica was handling everything like she promised. She'd even offer to pay for things up front and let me reimburse her later. I thought she was being incredibly generous and helpful with money management. The truth was, Jessica was using my personal information to open credit cards and take out loans in my name. She'd been doing it for months.
Full story link below.